Today, on Be Something Wonderful, how to manifest anything you want. Ultimate technique that works. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, good morning, and welcome back to the studios of Be Something Wonderful. Big video for you today. The question came up, Tom, how do I manifest anything I want? What is the ultimate process or technique? This is a person that's been around this stuff for a while, has explored many different channels, and just recently found us. And he said, I don't want all the bells and whistles. Just give it to me straight. Well, I'm going to talk about this today and more because I've answered this question in many different ways. But I want to start here with the law of assumption. And the teachings of Neville got it. In other words, what does that mean? It's the law of assuming that you are already that person you desire to be, that you already have everything that you want and desire. This is the power of the law of assumption. It comes from the absolute faith and conviction of your I am awareness, of already being aware that you're that person that you desire to be. What's so powerful? What makes the law of assumption so powerful? Well, remember, your assumption about yourself lights up that frozen frame of reality from within and around which your entire linear horizontal experience is created. In other words, you're a multidimensional being that exists in all images and identities and frames of reality. You're living all of your lives right now in the magic, the power of the law of assumption, assuming that you're already that person you desire to be, assuming that you always manifest everything you want, assuming that you have always been that person that you always wanted to be or desired to be. That lights up that identity, that frame that you already are. And then around that, from that vertical experience of imagining yourself already being that, assuming that you always manifest everything you want, you create that physical linear experience around you. And from within you, it unfolds from within the vertical. All possibilities are there. But what's the power of the assumption? Remember what an assumption is. An assumption is not a mere belief. Beliefs can be shaken. Beliefs require evidence and proof. An assumption doesn't require proof. It's the acceptance and conviction that you already are that person you desire to be. It doesn't require proof. It's the truth of being. I am. I am that person I desire to be. I am that identity that manifests everything I want. I'm that person, and it must form around you. Why? Why is an assumption so powerful? Because it filters out all other realities, all other possibilities. And so remember, you're a multidimensional being. You're simultaneously living all of your realities, all of your possibilities. And you're looking out through a certain focus or viewpoint, creating this linear physical experience. So when you assume that you're already that person you desire to be, when you assume that you always manifest everything you want, you filter out all other possibilities. And you only create that reality, that physical linear experience that you manifest anything you want, that you've always been that person you desire to be, not just in the present, but the past and the future, past, present, and future. You change it all. Do you see it right here? That little dotted line, that blue line, that assumption of who you are here, right? That self-concept. That image of you, of reality, from within and around which that physical experience, from all that is, from all those possible frames, from all those possible identities, you filter out entire worlds, entire realities, entire identities of all that you are. As you create this focused, physical, linear experience of always manifesting everything you want. I've always been that person you desired to be. Past, present, and future. You change everything through your assumptions here. You change that horizontal linear past that you remember or remembered no longer belongs to this new identity, to who you are now. It's filtered out. It doesn't mean you might not remember it, because you're all identities. But it's no longer who you are. You change everything. I've shown this in many different ways. I want to show it to you again, because this is really, every time we answer these questions, we level up together. We gain a new understanding of that multidimensional, limitless being that we are, that I am awareness. Remember, your assumptions about yourself, in other words, your self-concept, act as a filter that filter out entire worlds and entire realities. Whatever you're assuming about yourself, right? Assumptions are more than mere beliefs. Your beliefs can be challenged and shaken. So beliefs are filters, but these are more than beliefs. Because your beliefs you're always challenging and they're always being challenged and shaken by the 3D changing circumstances, by the changing thoughts and feelings, right? Beliefs require proof and evidence to be believed or accepted as true by you. Do you see it? They require that proof. And you're always getting all different mix of thoughts and feelings and circumstances. Oxford Dictionary, remember, defines an assumption as a thing that is accepted as true or as certain to happen without proof. In other words, it's acceptance that this is who I am, this is my reality. And I pointed to that idea that acceptance, that assumption that I always manifest everything I want, filters out all realities where you don't manifest everything you want. It filters out all other possibilities. When you assume that you've always been that person you desire to be, that assumption filters out all other identities or possibilities where you believed or assumed that you weren't that person you desired to be. It changes everything, past, present, and future. So an assumption, remember, is the absolute conviction that you are who you say you are. It can't be shaken by changing thoughts and feelings in the people, events, and circumstances. You don't have to do anything with those changing thoughts and feelings. You have to do anything with those people, events, and circumstances. They're irrelevant because you've already assumed who you are. You've already assumed that self-concept. That's why Jesus asked his disciples, but who do you say that I am? Right, when he asked his disciples initially, who do people say or who do men say that I, the Son of Man, am? And the disciples went on a tangent, right? John the Baptist, Elijah, Jeremiah, right? All of these other possibilities. And Jesus persisted, but who do you say I am? Your I am awareness is asking you, but what do you assume? Are you assuming that you are that identity that manifests everything they want? If you are, that filters out all other possibilities. As you focus in on that identity of who you are that manifests everything you want, that ideal identity that's always been who you've always wanted to be, right? That identity that you've always wanted to be, that person that you've always wanted to be. I am all identities, all possibilities, all realities, everything, everywhere, all at once. That's your true nature. That's what I am is. Your assumption that I always manifest anything and everything I want, and that I am who I've always desired to be, is the ultimate technique. It's the law of assumption. It's law. Your word, your assumption becomes law. The law of your reality. It unfolds from within you. The law or the Lord of the Old Testament. I am. It's all that matters. It must be then. Right? Yeah, you're a simultaneous being. You're in all realities in our lives, but you filter out all other possibilities as you light up that frame or that image of who you desire to be, who you say you are. That one that manifests everything and anything they want. That identity that's always been who they desire to be, has always been that ideal. This is powerful. Stop trying to figure out what 3D manifested conditions mean and be the source that gives them the meaning. Do you see? We spend so much time trying to figure out, why am I seeing this? Why is this happening? What do I do with this? But Tom, what happens when the conditions are really contrary, when different thoughts and feelings come up that feel negative or unwanted, or different circumstances? Stop trying to figure that out, what they mean, because you're the one that gives them meaning or reality. You're the only thing that matters. The changing thoughts, feelings, people, events, and circumstances mean nothing. That's the meaning. They're not evidence or proof of anything. You are. So why not give all unfolding conditions, all circumstances, all thoughts and feelings that you're having, the meaning that it means, no matter whether you have a feeling that they're negative or positive or anything, that it's always pointing you back to everything you're manifesting. You are that identity that is manifesting anything and everything that you want. That everything's unfolding perfectly from within you. That you are that desired identity. No matter what the changing thoughts and feelings are. They're always going to be evidence of your new identity when you say so. No matter what the changing conditions are. They're always going to be the evidence of those changing conditions, even when they look negative or really contrary, or like all hell is breaking loose in your reality, even like that. They're always evidence, no matter what you judge them as everything is, you are that new identity, you are that new reality, you are who you say you are. The changing thoughts, all of that mean nothing. They do nothing. They are not source of anything. You are. So you give them all the meaning that they have. Jesus, your I am awareness in the chosen, the healing at the pool of Bethesda, you only need me. You only need the awareness, the assumption, the truth that I already am that person I desire to be, and I always manifest anything and everything that I want. Wow. That filters out all other possibilities, all other possible contrary identities or realities where you don't manifest everything you want, where you're not that person, you're not the ideal person you wanted to be. Those are no longer possible because you are reality. You create it all. Remember, I am is the process. I am is the way. Trust the process. In other words, trust that assumption that you're already that person you want to be. And then allow conditions to be conditions, but I am. As one of you had coined that idea, right? Conditions are conditions, but I am, right? So this is powerful. How do I manifest anything or everything I want was the question. How do I become the person I always wanted to be? Well, it's not by believing it, because your beliefs can be shaken and it requires proof. It's by assuming it, the law of assumption. In other words, imagining with a frame, right? Creating a frame, lighting up a frame that's already within you of that self-concept, of that identity, that you always manifest what you want, that you already and always have been that person that you've desired to be. That's the law of assumption. By assuming, I always manifest anything and everything I want. I am who I have always desired to be. Remember, your assumptions are reality. Your assumption itself is evidence, is the only evidence of who you are. Your assumption, your self-concept is the only evidence of your reality. Everything comes from within that. These assumptions, whatever you assume, filter out all other possibilities or all other realities. And really, they filter out entire worlds. Remember, there are infinite possibilities, infinite worlds, infinite realities that you're shifting in a new identity and a new reality in every moment. But when you persist in the powerful assumption that I always manifest everything and anything I want, that I've always been that person, that ideal person that I've always desired to be, then as you shift in every moment, as you into an entirely new identity, body, reality, you're always in the reality of that highest ideal. You're always in a reality of manifesting everything you desire. Do you see it? The assumptions filter out all other possible realities, entire worlds. This means all conditions must be evidence of you manifesting everything and anything you want, and always being what you've always desired to be. It's law. It's the Lord of Scripture, or the law of being, or the law of assumption, I am. It's the law of I am already the person I desire to be. It must be then. So the only meaning that the conditions ever have is that whatever they look like, they must be unfolding as part of that new identity where you're manifesting everything that you want, that you're always that person you desire to be. Do you see? You give it all the meaning it has. And why not give it that meaning? Because it doesn't have any other meaning than the meaning you give it. There's no meanings built into reality. You give it all meaning. So this means no matter how negative or contrary the changing appearances seem, as this one person asked, in other words, those unseen thoughts and feelings and those seen manifested circumstances, they're all conditions, right? Changing thoughts and feelings, changing manifested circumstances. Whether they're seen or unseen, they're all changing conditions. They all, hear this, must be evidence of you always manifesting what you want and always being who you desire to be, no matter what, because that's your assumption. And assumptions don't require proof. They are the truth of being. They're true no matter what. They are what you say they are. That's your self-concept. That's your true identity, your assumptions. That's why conditions are conditions, but I am is so powerful. Circumstances are circumstances, but I am. What I assume is law, is reality. I am the process, the technique that always works. That's the ultimate technique. We've talked about that, of course, in many different ways, but we're going to keep leveling up with this idea and keep moving you. That's how to manifest anything you want. That's the ultimate technique that works. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, thank you. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for liking and sharing and commenting on the videos. Thank you for being part of our Facebook group, the ambassadors at facebook.com/groups/Be Something Wonderful, for joining us on our other social media platforms like Instagram and Twitter, where you can find us at Tom Kearin, or on TikTok at Be Something Wonderful, and for being part of our membership channel. Members, as I told you, we have a video in the works. We're still knocking that out. That's going to be loaded. Plus, we have another live stream we're going to announce, all on the membership channel. So stay tuned for that. If you're a member, join us. If you're not a member, check out the link below. Creators, with great love, with great light and infinite gratitude. Until next time, this is Tom Kearin here in the studios of Be Something Wonderful. With great love, with great light and infinite gratitude, we'll see you soon.